Dear Honorable Judge, we are adamantly opposed to the motion. Online activism, in my opinion, has strengthened underrepresented voices, raised political consciousness, and made activism more widely available and effective. I'll begin my speech in 3, 2, 1. Online activism has increased democratic participation, given voice to underrepresented groups, and made it possible to mobilize for social change and more quickly and widely. Instead of lamenting its arrival, we ought to see it as a beneficial development in the way that advocacy and civic participation occur in the digital era. Secondly, I think activism are usually called out to be ineffective. I think that's not true. While not everyone becomes a full-time activist, even small actions like sharing information or donating can contribute to a larger ecosystem of change. So we have three things that we will talk about in this discussion today. First, online activism increases accessibility and democratic participation. Second, online activism amplifies marginalized voices and challenges mainstream media. Three, online activism is fast, scalable, and responsive. We'll talk about the first one, which is online activism increases accessibility and democratic participation. First of all, with the rise of online activism, it breaks down traditional barriers like geography. You don't have to be there physically. Time, money, and physical ability. Disabled individuals may face mobility issues when wanting to participate. Second, anyone with internet access can participate in movements, sign petitions, share resources, and raise awareness among other people from social media, thus making the activism more well known. Third, it allows more diverse and inclusive participation, especially from underrepresented groups. Example, a person with a physical disability may not be able to navigate protest routes, stand for long hours, or access public transportation. Traditional activism often assumes that everyone has the same ability to show up, to speak out, and to be heard. But people tend to forget that many individuals face physical, social, or systematic barriers. So rather than regretting the rise of online activism, we should recognize its value, acknowledge its flaws, and work to make it better through education, accountability, and innovation. That is how we build a more inclusive, informed, and empowered civil society. The second topic will be about online activism amplifies marginalized voices and challenges mainstream idea. So, mainstream media has long been dominated by elite perspectives, those of governments, corporations, and institutions, making it often fail to represent marginalized communities fairly. If at all, indigenous struggles, refugee stories, or systematic racism are either underreported, misrepresented, or turned into distant statistics. The people most affected are rarely given the chance to speak for themselves. But online activism changes that. It allows individuals to shape the narrative. A teenager with a smartphone can now reach millions. A victim of injustice can tell their story directly to the world. Fact is, movements like Black Lives Matter and Me Too didn't start in the newsroom. They started online, from people who were tired of being silenced. And once those stories went viral, they couldn't be ignored any longer. Now, the other side may argue that online platforms spread misinformation, and yes, that is indeed a problem. But misinformation also exists in traditional media, which often carries the weight of institutional bias. The solution is not to dismiss online activism entirely, but instead to recognize its role in diversing and democratizing public discourse. Lastly, online activism is fast, scalable, and responsive. One of the most powerful aspects of online action is its speed and scale. So, unlike conventional activism, which involves extensive organization, physical coordination, and frequently substantial funding, online activism may mobilize millions of individuals in an instant. A single tweet, a hashtag, or maybe a viral video can reach a global audience within minutes, spreading awareness faster than any printed flyer or press release ever could. This speed means activists can respond in real time to unfolding events, injustice, or breaking news, keeping movements dynamic and relevant. Take the hashtag MeToo movement, for example. What began as a simple hashtag quickly exploded worldwide, giving voices to millions and sparking a global conversation on sexual harassment almost overnight. Or consider the climate strikes organized across continents within days through social media, connecting young activists from diverse backgrounds into one powerful unified force. So, this ability to act quickly and reach vast numbers create immediate public pressure on those in power, forcing accountability and sparking real change before opponents can mount an effective counter response. It also allows movements to shift strategies swiftly, adapting to new developments or setbacks with unparalleled flexibility. In today's fast-paced world, the rapid, scalable, and responsive nature of internet activism is more than a feature. It's a must. Rather than bemoaning its rise, we should instead embrace it as a critical tool for effective, inclusive, and timely social change. Online activism may not indeed be flawless, but it has transformed civic engagement in a connected world. It takes activism to where people already are, online, and allows them to participate in meaningful, powerful ways, from organizing rallies to lobbying governments to defending vulnerable communities. Online activism is not only effective, but crucial in the 21st century. Thank you.